Hey y'all, this is Fab Jen. I'm back with another video, and today's video is going to be on the Makeup Forever foundation, the matte velvet foundation in the color 75, also known as coffee. Now, I've been trying out this product for approximately 2 weeks, more than 4 times as far as usage, and I'm here to give you like my final thoughts. I won't be reviewing it any further. So I've used this product, I played with it, I've seen what it's done on my skin, so I have plenty of time to be able to review it for you. So that's just kind of my mindset when I do present these product reviews for you. I do review them more than 2 weeks, if not longer, maybe 2 or 3 months. It just depends. So this foundation is geared more towards my combo oily skin sisters or brothers, whomever. So if you are normal to dry, this might be something you want to pass on, but I'm a firm believer, if you want to try it, get a sample first and see if this is something you like on your skin or prefer for your skin, whether you are dry or normal. But I definitely can't see anybody dry wanting this because it does have a mattifying effect. So this is what the box looks like, okay? It doesn't have the name of the color of the foundation, if that makes any sense. It just has the number, and it also has the number on the bottle. This is what the bottle looks like. It's 1.01 fluid ounce, so you're getting a little bit more than an ounce, which is kind of nice, but still it's like, you know, they could just kept the 0.01. So this is what it looks like. It's an all plastic bottle, so this is very travel friendly. However, it does not come with a pump. It is a squeeze type of dropper here, but like I said, it is travel friendly and the top does stay on. The price of this foundation is roughly $36. That could change. It could get less or get more, but right now, as of May 2014, this is $36, which is a nice price. That's the same price. Now, it claims that it is buildable coverage. It can be built up to full coverage. For me personally, a person who deals with darker marks on their skin, my skin has greatly improved, so they've gotten lighter over time, but I've noticed that this is more medium full. I wouldn't say this is a full-blown full coverage. It's definitely something you can start off really light and build it up to something medium full. As most of y'all may know, I do use cream contour when I apply my foundation through every application, so I can't speak with just using the product on its own without any concealer or without any cream contour. So I always test this out with a cream contour, and I found myself using 2 or 3 pumps, which is probably equivalent to 2 or 3 like pumps from a foundation pump. So even with those 2 or 3 pumps, I still saw some peering through dark marks, which is a bit of a bummer, but it did leave a nice finish. It photographs well with a high digital camera. I found that me personally on my phone, it does not photograph as nicely as it does on a DSLR. This is what's kind of funny about this foundation. I found that this foundation doesn't photograph well with the camera phone, but does with a DSLR, whereas my other foundations that I've tried out, that most of them, they photograph beautifully on both DSLR and on the camera. So I tested out over, like I said, a period of 2 weeks or more to see how it looks in photos. I do photograph, I do document this, and usually I do add clips in of what it looks like after I've applied it and what it looks like in different settings and things like that. I try to as much as possible, and I noticed that with DSLR high resolution cameras or just a point and shoot, you're gonna look fabulous. So, but the camera phone, I don't know, you might want to test that out first. This foundation doesn't give you a blurring effect. The Lancome gives the best blurring effect that I've seen so far, than the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation. I did do reviews on those particular foundations. I will list them down below. It covers dark marks, but it doesn't blur anything. You will see bumps, you will see pimples, you will see crevices, you'll see all of that, and it's not forgiving when it comes to textural issues. So kind of keep that in mind. It's not horrible, but it's not great either. I definitely noticed little bumps or little irritations on my skin a lot more easier with this foundation than any other foundation, so that was a bit of a bummer. It is a velvet matte, semi-matte finish. It doesn't give you any shine at all. It does keep my face matte. However, I'm very oily in my T-zone, especially around my nose. I say about 3 or 4 hours before I have to like powder my nose. Maybe I could go, if I really depends on the weather, but if it's really hot, I say 4 hours. If it's normal, I say 6 or more hours. I can get a good wear without having to, you know, touch up my nose. But that's not bad. It's not bad. That's usually average for me as far as foundations. Now, when it comes to smell, this does have a smell. It almost smells like sunscreen to me. It didn't mention anything about a sunscreen, but it smells a little like sunscreen, so when you apply it on face, you will smell something, but it dissipates really quickly. I noticed that it does dry fast, so you have to work with it relatively quickly in sections, and that's what I did with this foundation. I used a kabuki brush. I used a traditional foundation brush. I didn't use a stippling brush. I should have tried that, but I didn't use that, but I noticed that I got the same results all the time. So it didn't matter what brush I used. I used a Makeup Forever, I used a Sigma brush, and they both equaled out about the same as far as finishes. It blends very well with my highlight, my cream contour, and everything else like that. My skin can breathe. It doesn't feel heavy on my face. It does feel light. I didn't break out from anything. It is a lovely price. It is an all over lovely product. However, it doesn't give a blurring effect. So if that's something you're looking for, this isn't for you. But it does mattify. It does look nice on the face. It doesn't photograph that great on camera phones, so if you're doing a lot of that kind of thing going on, it might not photograph that well, but on DSLR it's going to look great. It photographed well for me today after tweaking it a little bit as well. Also, I want to mention about the color on this. The color match for me is close to being dead on, except excuse me, that it is a little bit more on the yellow side. So I have to use a red powder or a predominantly red powder to kind of counteract that yellow. So it just came off a little too yellow, especially now in the summertime. For me, I tend to in the summertime for me I tend to be a little bit more red. Definitely 100%. Check out my Instagram. You will see me without makeup on and you will see how red I am. Sorry, I cannot speak today. In the wintertime, I am a little bit more yellow. So I can probably work with this. But on average, I tend to be a little bit more red. So this lends itself more to the yellow side. So I do have to use a powder to correct that. Once I do that, it looks like my skin. It really does photograph nicely. Like I said, in DSLR cameras, I'm reiterating myself. And photos, like if you're taking a photo in natural light with this, it looks fine. But if you're using a flash with this, with a camera phone, it's probably going to look kind of funky. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it does have SPF in it. It didn't say that in the description on Sephora.com, nor does it say it on the package. But it possibly could be because it has SPF. I'm not for sure. I'll have to check on that. If I do find out when I post this video, I will list it somewhere in the screen or list it down below. But I don't know why it acts funky when you take flash photography on your cell phone. So just keep that in mind. It doesn't act funky when you take a flash with a DSLR or a high quality camera. It doesn't do that. But really nice. 36 bucks. Not a bad price. I don't know if this will be a repurchase for me, but for the price point, I probably would have one. I'll probably buy another one and mix it and see if I like the color variation better. But I do like it. Like I always say in most of my foundation review videos, please get a sample and test it out and see how you like it. Always get a sample to see if your skin will react to it, or how you feel about it, or do you like the coverage or the color matching. There are a lot of colors. There are about approximately 16 colors in the collection, and there's enough to where you can mix and match and mix your own colors if you can't find the right shade. But this was the closest to my shade without mixing anything, the color 75. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, rate, comment, subscribe if you like, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.